Hey guys, how is everyone doing? I just read a book and I want to share my thoughts in maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes that we have. The book is Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. For those of you who don't know Richard Branson, he's a serial entrepreneur from the UK. He's Sir Richard Branson right now. And he started out in the music industry in 1950s and 60s with his first company called Virgin Records and Virgin Publishing. And he went on to work with kind of the superstars of music world, or rock stars of that time: Sex Pistols, the Rolling Stones, Mike Oldfield, which was the first big hit. And then he went on to open these amazing businesses with fresh business ideas in aviation, the airline, the Virgin Atlantic airline, Virgin Mobile, Virgin Money, all these Virgin companies that are together forming an amazing empire called the Virgin Group. And losing my virginity is exactly what it means here: losing business virginity, exploring new ideas, and going to the virgin territory of business. And this book is amazing because it's an autobiography, but it's so much different from many other autobiographies, which are kind of a smooth sail stories about how easy it was. This book is not about that. One of the most powerful things about this book is that Richard Branson tells a story which is almost a fairy tale, but he tells it in a very real way. He admits to so many mistakes and failures and defeats. For example, he has no problem about talking about so many things that didn't work out with his friends, in business, in relationships, in the challenges like ballooning around the world or sailing around the world, all these crazy stories that he had. He says, contrary to many autobiographies that will say, I was successful at everything I tried, he says, no, failure was a big part of my life. And I actually failed my way into success in many ways. That's Michael Jordan saying, by the way. Another part that I really enjoyed was his attitude to being lucky. Many autobiographies out there, especially of very successful people, will tend to say, the circumstances were really a factor because I was so determined that whatever circumstances I would have had, I would have succeeded anyway. Richard Branson says, no. Luck was a huge part. Luck in timing of the decisions, in getting together the right people at the right time, in the right business cycle and political situation, and putting things together. Of course, there's no doubt that he has a lot of talent, and he backs his talent with amazing drive for action. But there is a part of luck that he says, without luck, it just wouldn't be the same. On page 397, if I'm not mistaken, there's a quote that gives you the actual spirit of the book, although you still should read the entire book. And it goes like this. It's 397, not 497. There we go. It's not that simple. To be successful, you have to be out there. You have to hit the ground running. And if you have a good team around you, and more than your fair share of luck, you might make something happen. But you certainly can't guarantee it just by following someone else's formula, unquote. So he says, team is important and luck is also important. You have to believe that this luck will come when you try long enough. I think that's the best way of putting it. And the teamwork part is also very important, I think, because he goes on to say, I'm weak in so many things: math, logical thinking, structural thinking, critical thinking. He says, I have so many deficiencies and so many weak points, but I was very lucky to have right people around me and to select, again, it's luck, to select all these amazing people that were complementing and completing my weaknesses, and together we worked as a perfect team, as kind of a puzzle that just worked off each other's problems and weaknesses and formed this amazing team that worked just brilliantly. And then he goes on to say so many great things and having so many great insights about passion, which of course is the main topic of the book, passion for business and exploring new things. He says, first of all, he says, well, if you're not passionate about what you do, maybe that's okay because there's money there, but you won't be able to go and and achieve amazing things, because there's a slim chance that you'll be very, very, very good, the best there is, at a thing that you don't particularly enjoy. And he says, for me, motivation was always money. There was the money part that was important and being profitable, but there was so much more. There was a drive for completing a challenge. There was trying an adventure, having fun, enjoying the moment, trying to improve my life, his life, and everyone else's life. There was so much more than just money. And there are many entrepreneurs like him, I guess. Warren Buffett will be one. I'm sure Bill Gates and Steve Jobs were like this as well. But there's also a fair share of guys that are really after money and power. One example that comes to mind is Donald Trump, or maybe Rupert Murdoch. And look what's the perception between Steve Jobs, maybe the best entrepreneur of the first part of our 21st century, and a living, not alive anymore, rest in peace, but a true legend. And then there's Donald Trump or Rupert Murdoch, people that will not go into history as amazing, nice, inspiring people, although they're very, very successful. And he says, Richard Branson also says, there's this part of passion that is so important because business is fighting an uphill battle every day. And he says, without that passion, without the drive every day to just go up, he wouldn't be able to achieve what he achieved. Fighting all these fights with British Airways and political situation and being a novice in business. A very, very interesting, inspiring story. One thing that I didn't quite enjoy was the way he wrote the additional part of the book, which is the additions after the first one. The first one ends in, I think, 98 or something like that. But then he goes on to say many things about politics and present his political views and things like that. He talks about charities, which is excellent. I mean, his charitable efforts are second to none. But he also says about a lot of details. He reveals many details about his political views that I think there's nothing wrong with this, but it maybe isn't the best place to put them in a book that is about the entrepreneurial drive and a book about posing challenges and then fulfilling them, going after your dreams and so on. Politics is just a little bit too dry. So that maybe is a part that I didn't enjoy that much. But overall, I think my evaluation of the book, although who am I to really evaluate or grade Richard Branson, but this is what I assigned to this amazing book. It's 9 out of 10 with a smiley recommendation. If you have, I think it's $18 and 2 weeks to spare 2 weeks to read this book here and there, I definitely do recommend it, because this book will inspire you. It's guaranteed to go on and follow your dreams and do some amazing things with your life while also enjoying it. And next week, so it happens next month, sorry, I will come back to review a book that I wanted to read for the past 4 or 5 years, which is 4 Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Come back to check out my channel then, but for now, try to lose your virginity, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one.